Is your brand struggling on what type of content to post during a pandemic? Well, in this video, I'll go over a few tips on how your brand can post content that's beneficial to everyone. Businesses across the country and around the world are learning how to adapt and adjust their business plans, and in some cases, change their business model overnight in order to adapt and survive, as most cities are now on lockdown. Other brands have experienced sudden surging demand as rapidly changing consumer behavior favors their products or services. As people are spending more and more time in their homes, they're increasingly seeking ways to maintain variety, entertainment, and information from their social media feeds. So how can you as a brand learn what your audience wants during these times and pivot to their needs instead of pausing your content totally? Creating an environment that fosters online engagement and communication is hardly a new concept. Whether it's to accommodate the needs of a more diverse audience, attract the best leads, or communicate with people around the world during trying times. Flexibility and agility are ingredients to a productive digital strategy. So here are some key points your brand can take and use to pivot instead of pause during this or any other uncertain times. Number one is showing empathy to your audience. Look, we're all affected by what's happening around us right now, so don't take for granted how your audience's emotions play into this. Empathy can boost rapport by creating a sense of understanding between you and your audience. However, it needs to be genuine or it can create the opposite effect. In other words, don't fake it for the sake of posting content. People are highly attuned to knowing when someone is faking empathy. However, empathy can strengthen your relationship with your audience and show that your brand is made up of real, genuine human beings who care about their audience. Number two is going to be share informative content. With most people being forced to stay at home, they're relying more and more on social media as means of getting information on what's going on in their local communities. Your brand can help by sharing information from local and state government agencies or safety councils to help inform your audience. Sharing this type of content can go a long way with your audience in ways you may not have even thought of. They may have a family member who isn't on social media, and they can in turn relay that information to them. Communicating information to your audience is a major key point you can use to pivot and not pause. Number three is entertainment. Listen, social media doesn't need to be all business all the time, especially during the current times we're all faced with. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, people are turning to social media now more than ever for outlets for their situations. Your brand can help alleviate some of that by posting entertaining content. Now look, I'm not saying just start posting jokes of the day or some stupid memes that have nothing to do with your brand or industry. However, you can look to your industry to create entertaining content that stays within your brand's voice. Get creative with your content. Make things for both older and your younger audiences. You never know who can benefit from this type of content.